Hello friends and welcome to another video on stable diffusion. So I'm just going to share another one of my experiments. I think this is something that you have already tried and done. So this is a trick for those people who are just starting with stable diffusion and are trying to do something interesting with the various checkpoints that you have downloaded. So in this video, we're going to create an image and convert the same image into 3D or as much as possible. And also you're going to see how the same image can act differently given the same seed in different checkpoints. So I'm here in my super stable diffusion installation. So the checkpoint that we're going to use is anything v3, which is, as you know, basically it's a checkpoint or it's a model that is trained on anime style, and it creates amazing anime figures and images with very few keywords. So let's create a cute looking anime image. So let's write red-headed, okay, cute red-headed Indian princess swimming in the sea, and generate. So for this particular generation, we are taking all the basic options. We are not changing anything. The only thing that we are going to change is we're going to change the checkpoints, and we're going to work with the seed number. So we have this cute red-headed anime girl, and so now we want to turn her into 3D. This is already somewhat 3D. It has this nice shades that gives her a bit of depth. But let's see if we can do even better. So we'll send it to image. But before that, I'm just going to take the seed, copy the seed from here, go to image, and put that seed number here so that we get the same image, except we're going to change the prompt from cute red-headed Indian princess swimming in the sea to same, just 3D model. And while we are at it, let's increase the importance of 3D model. So select these two words and press Ctrl up. So it gets a little bit more importance. Okay, let's give it a little bit more extra importance. So it's 1.1. So we definitely want to see it in 3D. And let's go to generate this model or generate this picture. I'm hoping to get the same image but in much more pronounced 3D or 3D model of the same thing. So here it is. So as you can see, this is definitely much more pronounced. It definitely is very 3D, but it keeps the same image in the sense that it has the same pose, same kind of eyes, everything is same. Perhaps a little difference in the head here, but other than that, I don't see much problem. There's slight changes, tiny changes, but primarily the same pose, the same figure is there. So we definitely got ourselves a nice 3D model or 3D rendering of this 2D image. So now let's try the same technique. We'll use the same image and then try a standard checkpoint, and let's see what we get. So let's change the checkpoint from here and let's go to stable diffusion version 1.5 checkpoint. It's going to take some time, so I'm just going to take a break from recording this video. Okay friends, the model has been loaded. So again, we're going to keep the exact same prompt, the same image to image input, everything same, even the seed is same, and let's see what we get. So remember guys, the first image that we got in image to image was from anything v3, and now you're trying the same thing with stable diffusion version 1.5. We get something completely different. We get the same kind of like the ballpark image. There's a red-headed girl, she looks like an anime girl and she's swimming, but it's not the same pose, it's not the same thing. So it's something that's completely different. Okay, let's work with this. Let's see if there's any way to get the same thing out of this. Maybe uh maybe just remove this. I don't know, let's just try this because we're keeping everything same, nothing has been changed. Okay, let's reduce the scale Let's increase the denoising because we want to get the same image like we got in the previous generation. Nope, we're going to get the same. Of course, that is because I think our seed is same. So what if we randomize the seed? Or we randomize the seed and then let's increase its importance. This was the prompt. Okay, so this image is somewhat very similar to the previous image, but not that we got from anything V3. So, so there's the thing. Because these models were trained so differently, it does not create the same kind of image. Now, what if I try something, another checkpoint, and let's see what do I get. Okay, so remember I created some combined sort of mixed checkpoints. Let's try one of those combined checkpoints. So this is mid journey paper cut with anything minus stable diffusion 1.5. This is the same one that we used in my last video. So we're keeping the same prompt. We want to take the seed from the first image that we created, which is this. So let's copy this and let's go back to the same settings, just this, and then let's try this again. And voila. So this was actually a combined checkpoint where anything was actually mixed with the mid journey paper cut model. More or less we get a 3D representation of this image here. So if you want to get the same kind of image or 3D render of the same kind of image, then you will have to have the same checkpoint. It's not going to work without the same checkpoint. Still, for experiment's sake, let's try another completely different checkpoint. So now we're going to try and create an image to image using the comic diffusion checkpoint. Let's see what we get. So just to let you know, everything is same. The CFG scale, the denoising strength, and the seed are all same. So we get the same kind of pose and the same kind of image with the stable diffusion 1.5 checkpoint. So this particular seed is actually reserved for this particular kind of pose. However, you can see that the red head and some other details are actually still there. Finally, let's try one more checkpoint. This will be completely different. This will be like absolutely different from all the other checkpoints because this will be a voxel art checkpoint, which I have not tried out myself. So let's see how interesting this gets. I'm expecting you'll get the same kind of image as with Stable Diffusion 1.5 and the comic diffusion checkpoints, but let's see. Yes, exactly. Although it doesn't look that much voxelized. Okay, one more, final try. Okay, friends, so I actually found a setting that actually gives me the same kind of image, just like the image from anything V3, and that is by changing some of the parameters. So what I've done is I've kept the seed to random and I have increased the sampling steps to 50, kept the CFG scale same but lowered the denoising strength. So with lower denoising strength, the idea is that the rendered image or the created image will be very close to the original image. So if you give it to 0, I think it's going to just create the same image. So let's try that, and then again we'll go back. Now remember, the seed is random, which means that it will create a random image. All right, not that it will create the image from the previous tries. So now the denoising strength is 0, so it creates the exact same image. And when I make it, okay, let's go to 0.2, I get, well, almost same with weird eyes. Now let's try to go a little higher. Let's try 0.4. Remember, I got a very good result with 0.3, as you've already seen. Ah, so as you can see, the rendered image is somewhat looking like the image to image. So I guess that brings a conclusion to my experiments here, and that is, if the original image and the image to image is from the same checkpoint, you can leave the image, make it 3D and do other changes while keeping the pose and everything same. But if you go to a different model, differently trained model, then it will not create the same image. And if you still want to create the same kind of image, same kind of pose, same kind of everything, then what you'll have to do is you have to reduce the denoising strength. So from 0.4, I'll just go to zero point 0.3 again, which I thought was pretty good, and let's generate again. So the idea is that you can actually you can so the idea is that if you like some image that you've created, then you can add things to it, or you can make it 3D, or you can make some changes but keep certain things same. And that's what was the objective of my experiment here. So guys, next time if I try something interesting and find some interesting things to share with you, I'll share that video with you. Till then, goodbye.